Jonathan, I'd like to ask you how you're living through this pandemic as mayor. Could you run us through a day in your life during this COVID-19 pandemic? What is it like to be the mayor of a city of New Westminster during this time? What are the kinds of challenges you're confronting on a daily basis?
Yeah, well, I think like everyone, my life has kind of been turned a little bit upside down, and how we go about our daily activities is all done a little bit differently. In response to the pandemic, the city worked as hard to get as many people working for the city to be able to work from home or to spread out to different locations in the city to allow social distancing, so the city could still do the work that it needs to do. Generally speaking, I'm finding that I'm working most days at home. I'm probably going into City Hall 1 or 2 1 or 2 days a week, but doing a lot of meetings on Zoom, just like we are here tonight, and connecting with a variety of folks there. Now, working at home, as I think a lot of young families is discovering, has its own challenges with it too. We have three daughters in school, so we're trying to coordinate their online learning. My wife is working from home as well too, so it's definitely a busy household where we're giving up meetings, trying to organize and stay coordinated. So, I think there's been times where it's been lovely to all be together as a family, but there's been times where it's been a bit of a juggling act, and have to keep all of the balls in the air. But I think it's an interesting time. Really stressful work both at the city and TransLink, and we're used to dealing with these difficult issues, meeting face to face and working with people. And now we're looking into our computer screens and looking at various little boxes in Zoom meetings. But I think people are adjusting, and we're still able to do the work that we're doing. But it's definitely a different world out there.
Absolutely, and I should talk a bit about my day, because a lot of the negotiating that we've done to expand the emergency response benefit, to push for the wage subsidy and the commercial rent relief, those negotiation sessions start Ottawa time. So I'm up at 4 in the morning BC time, and by 5 a.m. I'm on the phone back east, talking to folks 5,000 kilometers away. The other House leaders are in Eastern Canada, and so a lot of the folks that I'm speaking with are in Ottawa, and so that's in the same way that you're kind of juggling the work of the city at the same time as your family responsibilities. We're doing the same thing at our house. My parents, as you know, are in their 90s, and so we're making sure that they have everything taken care of, and that they're not lacking for anything, but also keeping that social distancing that is so important. So we're facing these challenges in the way folks in New Westminster do, which is we just move forward. And
Yeah. So
yeah.
one question I had, Peter, I know new city council, we've all moved to electronic meetings, and the public is able to watch our meetings online like they normally are, but we're not all sitting around the council chambers. I'm wondering, how does the House of Commons work under these circumstances, and how does the business of Ottawa move ahead?
Well, I'm pleased to say that as the New Westminster Burnaby MP, I pushed for virtual hearings. We had the first virtual question period last Tuesday, and the second one was this morning. And that's actually New Westminster inspired, because of what I saw with City Council, I thought was inspiring to do at the parliamentary level. So we had all 338 members of Parliament online, and we were able to ask questions to ministers and bring the stories from right across the country. I can't travel. If I travel out of New Westminster to Ottawa, it's very clear from medical officials that I would be a vector for the virus. And so rather than traveling across the country, I have to do my work from New Westminster. But now, because we have a virtual parliament set up, and the next question period is every Tuesday and Thursday until the parliament is no longer suspended. People can watch on CPAC, or they can turn on the Parliament, the House of Commons website, which is Parlview, Parlvu, and they can watch a virtual question period. So that was New Westminster inspired, and it's new and innovative, and it's actually working pretty well. There's some technical glitches, but the reality is we can hear from people right across the country, which in our democracy, I think people want to do.